At this time, I yield to the gentleman from Nebraska to talk about an important immigration enforcement program.
So we'll go to this mic.
I thank the gentleman for yielding, and
Mr.
Chairman, I rise to ensure that appropriate funds are provided for the 287G program in this bill. The federal government must have well-equipped partners to address interior enforcement concerns. However, the bill does not state specifically all funds for the 287G program, which would allow for robust law enforcement capacity. I want to ensure the record reflects that the administration's request is $68,321,000 and that this bill supports the President's request. Citizens nationwide are rightfully demanding secure U.S. borders and enforcement of our immigration laws. The desire in many places across this country to strengthen interior enforcement.
To remind the gentleman from Alabama, he must remain on his feet. Gentleman will proceed.
The desire, Mr. Chairman, in many places across the country to strengthen interior enforcement points to an overwhelming perception that throughout the nation the federal government is not as effectively as possible addressing serious security concerns such as the pernicious criminal activity related to illegal immigration in the border region. We need to better empower states and local law enforcement, and the 287G is a very important program. In 1996, Congress enacted Section 287G as an amendment to the Immigration and Nationality Act to provide necessary immigration enforcement assistance to state and local law enforcement entities. It authorizes the Department of Homeland Security to enter into agreements with state and local law enforcement, equipping them through thorough training to perform important immigration enforcement functions. Local law enforcement agencies are often closest to the problem. To date, Immigration and Customs Enforcement has trained more than 1,240 state and local officers nationwide pursuant to Section 287G programs. Since 2006, the 287G program, according to ICE, has resulted in the identification of more than 200,000 potentially removable aliens, mostly at local jails. 69 separate local law enforcement agencies participate in the program in 24 states, including Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Maryland, Minnesota, Missouri, Nevada, New Jersey, New Mexico, North Carolina, Ohio, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, and Virginia. And ICE, it appears, has worked very diligently since 2009 to fix concerns with the program by strengthening public safety and improving consistency. In my home state of Nebraska, there is interest at the local level. The city of Fremont, for instance, in particular, has voiced enthusiasm for this program and could directly be impacted by an increase of funds available to help secure their community. Ensuring full funding for the 287G programs preserves a high spirit of federalism in empowering states to work together with the federal government on a critical homeland security matter. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman, America has been for a long time a just and generous nation in regards to immigration policy, opening her arms to persons, particularly those facing social, economic, or even political persecution, who wish to come here and make a new contribution in a new community to the well-being of their own lives. This should remain the hallmark and spirit of sound immigration policy. But uncontrolled borders are a serious threat to United States national security, and with lax interior enforcement authority, we risk our ability to remain a just and generous nation in regards to immigration policy. So Section 287G plays a critical role in this process and should be funded at the administration's request.
Will the gentleman yield?
I'll yield.
The gentleman from Nebraska raises some excellent points, and I strongly support robust enforcement of our nation's immigration laws. That includes partnerships with states and local law enforcement through the 287G program. As the gentleman from Nebraska noted, 287G is an important tool among many and gives ICE a force multiplier for immigration enforcement. I thank the gentleman from Nebraska for his attention to this important program, and I will continue to work with him as we move this bill forward. I yield back the balance of my time.
Gentleman yields back.